Well, hello and good evening to you, and welcome back to you once again to another edition of www.mtowntonight.com. I am your host, Mr. Darnay, getting ready to take the edge off of the day. Today is Tuesday, June 27th, 2017. Talking Tuesdays is the night, so sit back and relax and listen to one of the hot tracks from Black Syndicate Entertainment. Feel free to get with those guys about some hot music, hot tracks, song promotion, concept development. Black Syndicate Entertainment. Go to the website, mtowntonight.com, and get your information. Sit back and relax a little bit while we pause for the calls. All right. Oh, Tuesday. I tell you, it's been a good day today for me. Hopefully, it has been for you as well. Thank you for tuning in tonight. We've got a great topic we're going to talk about tonight. It's called entrepreneurship. Going into your business for yourself, doing it for yourself. A fun topic for me, a beautiful topic for me to discuss. I love it. I love entrepreneurship. So we're going to get deep down into that tonight. We're going to try to figure out why so many people that are interested in going into business for themselves seem to feel that they have to have certain things in order to do business and to get into business. But we're going to dispel all of those myths tonight. You don't have to go through all of that. It all starts with an idea. We're going to get into it. As I always do, to you, I say toast to the day and those that made it through the day. We all said thank you. All right. Shouts out to my OG team. Uh, the OG squad, you know who you are. Thank you for welcoming me back. I appreciate it. And I'll always remember you all. I'll always keep you in my heart. So I say thank you sincerely to my OG staff rocking. Thank you for the comeback. Appreciate it. Glad to be back to you. Okay. Um, initially, Judge Joe Brown was scheduled to be, we were scheduled to meet today. He ran into some complications on the professional side, some things he had to kind of bottle up that kind of fell over into the evening from our pre-planned time to get together and have the interview. And I initially was going to air that interview Thursday night, this coming up and coming Thursday night. And I'm still going to do that. We've rescheduled to meet tomorrow, Wednesday, the 28th. And we're going to meet, and I will air that video this coming Thursday night, the 29th, on Thursday Night Live. Judge Joe Brown is a great guy. He's got a lot of good information. I think some helpful information for all of us to be able to use and try to make situations better. We'll talk about the election, the recent election that he was in against Amy Weirich, what happened in that election, what really happened, and his viewpoint on our current new president, President Trump, and some other things that we're going to talk about to kind of get off into his head a little bit if he allow me to do so. Nothing that's out of proportion, nothing that's too personal. That's not what we're about here at M-Town Tonight. We're all about providing informative, helpful information. No gossip here. We don't do that here. Okay? All right. Entrepreneurship. Going into business for yourself. Um, I got bit by the entrepreneur bug years ago, over 20 years ago, when my mentor at that time was explaining to me the importance of entrepreneurship at a young age for me. He himself was in business, and so he used himself as a model, and he made certain materials and reading materials available to me. And I'll share some of these materials with you in the up and coming videos. But one thing that I learned throughout the process of his teaching me and grooming me was that, irregardless of what your aspirations may be as being an entrepreneur, you've got to be willing to have the burning desire for it to achieve everything you want. Um, Napoleon Hill, um, a, a writer, an author that wrote many volumes about success and personal achievement and development, states that anything can be accomplished. It starts with an idea backed up by a burning desire for its achievement. It starts with an idea. You have a plan, and that plan, you must have behind it a burning desire for its achievement. If I didn't say that initially, let me repeat that again. An idea starts with an idea backed up by a plan with a burning desire for its achievement. And a burning desire, let me tell you, when you have a burning desire, that means that there's no such thing as failure. Even in the midst of something not working, you've learned something. If nothing more than learning that you can't do it that way. That's not the way to do it. It's always a positive lesson there if you're willing to see things that way. And that's a big part of being an entrepreneur, is you have to have a certain mindset, first and foremost, to have that idea. And once you have that idea and you take the time and put the plan down on paper, you have to write your plan down on paper. A lot of us love to have things in our head and we feel that we're pretty smart, we have a pretty good memory, and all we have to do is keep it up here. There is a reason, a psychological reason for putting it on paper. Because as Napoleon Hill states and others have stated, putting it on paper crystallizes it to the degree to where it's something tangible that your eyes can see, you can read it and understand it and internalize it. It has to be on paper. The plan has to be on paper, backed up by a burning desire for its achievement. The achievement of your plan has to have a burning desire. That means no matter what you come in contact with, no matter who you come in contact with, regardless of your circumstances, you will succeed. And that's the mindset that you have to have in order to accomplish successful entrepreneurship. It's not easy. You've got all types of get rich quick stories and get rich quick schemes. At the end of the day, hard work is a part of it, for certain. Hard work, you cannot escape it. You cannot escape it. You can have all of the funding that you want. If you don't put the hard work behind your funding, it's not going to work. Just throwing money at entrepreneurship does not work. You see all of these commercials about everybody on the yachts and all in front of these big houses, and you too can do it for $19.95. No, you can't. You can't do it for $19.95 or $29.95. You've got to pay a hell of a lot more than that. And I'm not talking about financially. You got to put it in your heart, in your mind, in your soul, back it up by some strong faith in yourself and those above that you believe in, that you can accomplish and will accomplish it. Back that up with some real action, real live, getting into the paint, getting it down in the trenches action. Your leg work, groundwork, and your homework. And we'll discuss that later as well. What we call the tripod of success. Leg work, homework, groundwork. Your success stands on those three legs. And I'll explain them to you a little later. So our mindset has to be of a mindset of a killer instinct. Irregardless of what your circumstances are, you will succeed. You have to have that mindset. No way around it. And in having that mindset, as I say, there's no such thing as failure to you. Every situation is a learning curve, a learning process. You learn something new, how not to do it this way, how not to do it that way. In sales school, they taught me that every no that you got, you were one step closer to a yes. That's a mindset that you have to get into, to the point where you almost crave a no, because you know that after each no, there's a possibility of a yes. It's a mindset that they put in us to go, go, go. And I was young then. I was a young guy. And they instilled that killer instinct in me. That was before I even knew about entrepreneurship. So the mindset is true. It's evident. Napoleon Hill and Les Brown and other motivational speakers and um, other people that are into what we call a prosperity gospel teach the same thing. It's about a mindset to start with. And when you have your mindset in place to allow you to operate your plan and have the burning desire, and the success comes to you, now you have to maintain it. In going into business for yourself, a lot of people think that you have to have all of the bells and whistles. You have to have tons of money. You have to have so many people backing you. You have to have this particular document to certify this for you, and this for you, and this for you. Well, that applies to those that are getting into specific skills or certain services that require certain training, law, medicine, pesticides. Yes, you have to have certain schooling for that, certain documentation, certification, understandably so. But for those people that are trying to provide meager but important services, cleaning, house cleaning, residential, commercial, or detail car cleaning, a lot of the things that people are doing now, these things don't require all of that. Making different types of goods or handcrafts and different things that people have talents with, they don't require all of this bureaucracy with paperwork and documentation and schooling. It takes your idea with a plan backed up with some strong hard work and burning desire to accomplish it, and it'll get there for you. And even when things don't go your way, they probably won't be as bad as you would think. Your mindset you'll be in a mindset to where you'd be looking for where you went wrong and how not to do that again. It's the mind once again. You also can't let people that are around you, no matter how close they are to you, family, respectfully, friends, close friends, whatever they may be to you, you can't listen to that. If they've got things that they're saying that make sense to you, hey, listen to that. You know, examine it, see what they're talking about. Give some thought to what they're saying. But if it's continuous negativity, continuous negativity, don't deal with it. Shut it out. That's your mindset, remember? Shut it out. Get it out of your system. And if you're in a position to where you can alleviate it all the way out of your life, do that. No negative energy is good energy. I've never heard of such. It's a part of it, yes, positive, negative. It's a part of that. But I mean, I, I haven't heard anybody say the negative energy gave them an outstanding whatever. So alleviate the negative energy. If you got naysayers and people that are determined to tell you that they can't, that you can't do it because, step away. And sometimes you have to do that in order to achieve the success. That's a part of the burning desire. You're willing to get away from those and that may be not so helpful to what you're trying to do or what you want to do. No, everybody's not going to approve of it. Everybody's not going to see it your way, but that's their business. You're trying to accomplish something, and a certain mindset has to be had before you can do that. And that is a go get 'em attitude, a killer instinct, a learn from my mistake type of individual. You can't make too many mistakes of the same in business. You have to be a quick learner. You have to learn the principles and rules and apply them and be a quick learner on your mistakes. Mistakes cost you money and time, and that's what you have. When you first start out, you may not have a lot of money. So time is just as important. Double the time in importance. If you have very little money, time is what you have to spend and use wisely or waste. You can't afford to waste your time either. And having the wrong type of mindset is a waste of time. Entrepreneurship is not for everybody. It takes a certain type of individual to be an entrepreneur. That doesn't say that the person that's not an entrepreneur is less than. No, it does not mean that. I don't want people to say that. I don't want that. That's not what I'm saying. What I'm saying to you is that an individual that has made the decision to go on their own and try to do their own thing and create their own, whatever they may want to call it, empire, business, that individual, it's something different about that individual. That individual wants to do a little something different, that's all. Not something better, something different. Some people like the security or the earned income of a regular pay through college or whatever skills or whatever. Some people get, they like that comfort. There's nothing wrong with that. Nothing wrong with that at all. People make good livings working, making paychecks. There's nothing wrong with that. We're speaking in terms of those entrepreneurs or wanting to be entrepreneurs that may be those people that are on paychecks or may not, that want to own their own or trying to own their own and have not tried or have not continued to try from recent failures or past failures because they feel they have to have this or that. Those are the people that I'm talking to. They're not less than anybody. They're not more than anybody. We're talking about people that are wanting to be in entrepreneurship, that feel that certain things have to be had or done. The cliche things have to be had in order to go in business. And I'm here to say no, 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 no. Those are the people I'm talking to. Okay. So you have to have a mindset, a killer instinct, a go get 'em attitude. Because when you're going into business for yourself, if it's a small business, and small in my eyes, respectfully, would be anything from 1 employee to 5, whether they be family members or not, you can pretty much do the book work on that yourself. With a little learned time in studying QuickBooks and other different programs that are out there where you can do your own accounting, you can do these things yourself with a little time invested in your growth and development of your business. That's how you make your money. In the long run, it will be more beneficial to you anyway, because most of us would agree that nobody can count your money better than you. You pay accountants to count it and keep up with it, but nobody can count it better than you. So I say that to say that small businesses, in which basically who we're talking about at this point, upstart small businesses, you do your own paperwork. You do your own book work. There are programs out there that you can use, or you can go old school and use your own composition book. Keep up with your paperwork. Realize and recognize the importance of having good books. That's a part of being an entrepreneur. Having good books. Some people say, well, hey, I don't have a $65. Manage it. There's a company out there, I can't remember the company's name, but they actually sent a check out for 15 cents. Some companies will send you bills in the mail for years for $3.22. And they're billionaires and millionaires. So every penny counts. Every dollar that you put into your business should be accounted for. And you are supposed to treat that small business as if you would a corporation. Not with regards to all, in not regards to all of the stuff that's dealing with a corporation, the board members. No, no, no. I'm speaking of how you view your business. We have a tendency, and I've heard it be said many of times, well, what are you doing, man? Well, I'm doing the little barbecue thing, or I'm doing the little car wash thing. Stop referring to your business as a thing. Appreciate your business. If you are taking the time to do it, why in the hell would you call it a thing? You want it to develop and grow and pay your take care of your living, your lifestyle, your family. Don't disrespect your business and call it a thing. Even in the layman's terms, you know, talking to just anybody, don't do that. It's a mindset. What are you doing now, man? What are you doing now, girl? Girl, I've started my own dry cleaning business. I've started my own car wash. I've started my own hobbies and crafts. Have dignity in when you say it. Feel it. Believe in it. If you don't believe in it, why does anybody else supposed to? Why should anybody else believe in it? The way you present it is the way it'll be seen. You present it as a business and treat it like a business, however small, people will respect it. You present it as a hobby, something you're doing just to get by. That's the way people will treat it. That's the way people will deal with it. And some people will get angry. Well, they don't respect it. They don't respect what I'm doing. Well, you don't respect what you're doing if you're calling it a thing. Stop calling it a thing. Identify what you're doing and have dignity and pride when you say it, whether you've got one customer or no customer. That's important. That's the mindset that you have to be in. You have to be in that type of mindset. It's not expensive in the city of Memphis to go downtown to 150 Washington, Suite 200, and pay for a business license. A business license, I think, is $30. $15 goes to the city, $15 goes to the county. They print your business license out. You get it out the same day. You're in business. Just like that. You go and order you some business cards, whether you make your own business cards or you get on one of these other websites that we all know of, order you some. You're in business. You take your business license and you go to any of your banks, whether you're a member of the bank or not, and you talk with those individuals about opening an account, DBA account, doing business as John Jones, doing business as Jones Plumbing. Give them $100, $25, whatever their minimum is. Open your business account. People will be able to write checks to you and any other thing you want to set up with the bank. You're doing business. I just gave you actual laid out, clean to the bone, $130 at the max of getting a business license and opening up a business account at 130 bucks. Let's throw the cards in there. $10 for 500 or so. 140 bucks to go in business, to be a business, a legitimate business. You've got a phone number, you've got a point of contact, you've got an address. Nobody has to come to your house to do business. You just went in business for $140. It may be less depending on your bank, but the license definitely is going to be about 30 bucks. However much the bank asks you to open the account depends on the bank. I think the maximum is going to be a DBA account, 100 bucks. You're in business for 140, 145. Now you got to get out there and get your customers. It's just that simple. If you're providing a service of some sort, or good, well, of course, there are fees or what have you, depending on what your good may be. If you're creating a good from scratch, making a good, or providing a service, depending on those fees, well, what it would cost for you to produce your product, of course, that takes money. But even in the midst of that, things can get done. Don't sit back and listen to people tell you you got to have all of these bells and whistles. If you want to go into business with a lawn service, you've got to have 5 zero-turn mows. No, you don't. You get one, and you get a nice trailer, and you'll be able to hook your truck up or whatever you have that you're going to pull it with, and you get that one. You get your business cards, your business license, get your business account, and you find you a customer, and you tell that customer that you are going to provide a quality service at a reasonable price, and you stand behind whatever it is that you're doing, and you do business. And you continue to do business, and you treat every customer the same way, and you'll be doing business. If you don't have a zero mo, fine. Take your $500 or whatever you have to spend, that small amount of money that you feel that you can't get it done with, and go buy you 2 push mows. Fold them up and put them in the back of your trunk. business card, business license, business account, and do business. Put some signs on the side of your car. Get you some signs made to go on the side of your car, truck, and do business and keep accounts and records and be able to have a log of your customers from the very first until the current. Do business. Doesn't require a lot of money. It requires your time and your dedication more so than your money. Because you can have all the money in the world. If you don't do the simple things I just said, you're not going to be successful in business. Stop letting people making you think that you've got to have all of this fantastic stuff because you've got your expectations way too high, a lot of you. You got to bring them down. Face the fact that you're a newbie, that you're just starting. There's nothing wrong with being a brand new business. Nothing wrong with it at all. Take pride in that. Use that as a shield. I am a new business starting out. Use that as a shield, armor. Don't be ashamed of being a new business. Don't be ashamed of being a small business. Grow. Take that negative energy and turn it into positive and push and grow your business. Invest your time, because most of us on the front end of doing business, that's what we have to invest, our time. And if we use our time wisely in our personal business, our own business that we created, you'd be surprised. Think about it this way. Pardon me. Think about it this way. Think if you got up, and this is what you have to do, but I'm just using this as an example at this point, but I'm making a point also. Let's say you worked for yourself. You started a business on Saturday, on Friday, okay? Let's say, for instance, you got your business license and so forth. Monday, you should have a plan, a laid out daily plan of what you're going to do from the time you get up in the morning, when you take your lunch, when you get off work, and what after work hours you are willing to dedicate to the growth of your business. I don't care if you don't have one customer. This method has to be done. You have to do this. If you spent from 9 in the morning until 5 in the evening dedicating your personal time, I'll get to the what if you work a job. I'll get to that in a second. I can hear that question. But if you work these type of hours, let's just take the 9 to 5 off. If you work these type of consistent hours for yourself, for your own business, in time, there is no way that you would not be able to benefit, because you would have put the time in to recoup what you've done. It's impossible for you not to benefit from that. If you worked 4 to 5 hours a day for your business, Monday through Friday, or whatever days you choose to do it, consistently, month after month after month, which is what you have to do to be in business anyway. If you do that, there is no way that you won't benefit from it. Will it give you the desired results off the front end? Maybe not. Most of the time it doesn't. But that's just another month. That's just basically a test of your faith, your test of your will and testament to still push it. That's the sign. That's asking you, that the entrepreneur gods, as they say, are asking you, are you really wanting this? Are you serious? It gets a little tougher all of a sudden. That's when you have to push the hardest. That's when you find out, is this really what you want to do? A lot of us fall by the wayside. We get the negative thinking starts to kicking back in. We start hearing those voices again from different people in different areas. We start believing them. Oh, I can't do it. They told me I couldn't. That's when you fall victim. That's where the mindset comes in again. Gotta be tough up here. This controls this, not the other way around. You gotta be tough up here. So you have to look at it that way. You have to Treat that business and put the time in. If you worked Monday through Friday, if you getting to those people that I had the question or had the statement about, what if you work? If you're working a daytime job where you're working 4 to 6 hours or 8 hours a day, by all means, you need your rest, understandably so. But at the same time, if you're wanting to go in business for yourself, there's something that you have to do. You have to sacrifice. If you're coming in from work and you get off about 5 o'clock, well, then if you're a family man or woman, true, you need the downtime to unwind with the fam. Hey, understandably, I understand it. I do it daily. But I still have to find that time to dedicate, to sacrifice. I sacrificed a couple of hours of sleep. Okay. What is the benefit of that in the long run? That's the way you have to look at it. You get your rest, because if you don't get your rest, you can't be productive to anybody. So it's not about working yourself to death. It's about maximizing your time. We all have things that we like to do in our social time. That's where you cut back to make your entrepreneurship grow, to fulfill the entrepreneurship dream that you want to try to fulfill. You have to cut back on your personal time. That's the dedication and the sacrifice that is asked to be an entrepreneur. And you have to continuously do it. And you have to do it sometimes for long hours and long times and long periods. And you have to go with it. And even after major setbacks, not failures, setbacks, issues, circumstances that were not favorable to you. Call it any way you want. Don't call it a failure. Learn something from it and look at that as a success, because at least you know how not to do that again. That way. Mindset. You have to have it. You have to have it. So when you're working this schedule, you have to work this schedule as if you are going to work for someone. Well, you are. You're going to work for you. Are you going to let you down and not work hard for you? You're not going to be a pretty good entrepreneur. So the first person you have to work hard for is you. Working hard for you brings customers to you, because the hard work has to be recognized. The hard work will be recognized. Trust me, it may not be recognized when you want it to. You may not reap the benefits of your hard work when you want them to. And sometimes when we project them, they don't come when we want. But you still keep pushing. That's the secret. You have to go with the burning desire until you accomplish what you're trying to accomplish. There's no other way. Money just doesn't buy it. We hear every day of people having gobble gobbles of money and are still unhappy. I personally don't understand how. But nonetheless, that doesn't take away from the fact that they're unhappy. With millions of dollars, still unhappy. So in dealing with business, it's the same. Money doesn't dictate it. It helps. It allows you to do other things with regards to your leg work. Getting out here and pushing and being able to have product and dealing with certain levels of marketing that you wouldn't normally have. Sure, it helps. But is it necessary for most businesses? No. Most small businesses, the marketing blitz of all times is not necessary. But that's how we were trained to think. And that's why that can be a handicap for anybody wanting to go in business, because they think that they need all of the bells and whistles. No, it's not necessary. You don't have to have it that way. You don't have to have it that way. There are plenty of businesses out here that were started, all started from an idea, but there are plenty of businesses that are out here now open, that are doing the same things that I'm talking about right now, keeping their own books, taking the time to learn how to use small accounting programs on the web. Take some of your personal time out on the web and learn how to use some of these small free downloadable accounting programs, or buy you a accounting program from any of the stores that sell software. Invest the time in your business. That's the biggest investment that you can make. And all it takes is you making the decision to do it. $150 max gets you started at the most. License, business cards, and a business account, a personal DBA account at your local bank, doing business as they will set it up for you. Take your business license and your identification in the bank with your deposit, whatever their policy is, and you'll open up an account and you'll walk out of there with a business account. People will be able to write checks either to you or the name of your company. They'll be able to make deposits for you. Would deposit right into my company's account. And you can be one individual. You're doing business. You're doing business. The tripod of success, I talked about it earlier. I mentioned it earlier in the video. The tripod of success, you've got homework, you've got groundwork, and you've got legwork. And all of them form the tripod that success sits on top of. Now, this is not something that I got from anybody else. This is something over the 20 plus years of me striving to be a successful, consistently successful entrepreneur, because you have your ebbs and flows and up and downs like any business. There are things that I've learned. There are principles that I apply that have helped me. These three particulars helped me. Homework. Doing your research on whatever it is that you want to go in business, about going in business. Whatever the information is, do your research, whether it be biased against what you're talking about, because it's good to know that. The pros and cons, you want to know that. You do your research. If you know people that are in the business, talk with them. Don't be afraid to hear the information. And hopefully they won't be afraid to be fair and honest with you about their success and shortcomings in the business, and maybe they can give some helpful information to you. Do your research. Use the internet. Look up more than one article. Look up tons of articles and look up tons of articles and read till you come to a clear definition of what you are dealing with and what type of business you're going in, and is there a true opportunity in selling this product or providing this service. Do your own research and use the other research of others if you can, that you find that's helpful to you out here in the internet world. The groundwork. Groundwork is doing all of the things, laying the foundation, actually having the things that you need to make this work. The documentation, the business cards, if you need them, and you surely will. If there are other forms of marketing materials that you need, get these things. Make yourself available. Set up your schedule. There should be a schedule weekly of time that you put into your business, regardless of your other form of income that you've got coming in. You're trying to get another revenue stream in your home, hopefully, that will actually take the place of the other. I presume if you're trying to be an entrepreneur, you're trying to get your own self-containment of having your business take care of you and your family. That being the case, groundwork. You've got to set yourself a schedule of time that is invested in your business. Your time, your business. The less time you invest in your business, the less successful your business will be. I promise you. Money doesn't solve it. Money is just a medium of exchange that can be used to create other avenues. However, there's still work to be done, groundwork. You got to do it. You've got to do those hours. You've got to dedicate your time. If you don't, it doesn't work. Leg work. You've got to get out and talk to people. You've got to burn the phones up. You've got to get some emails out. You've got to do all of the marketing that you can. You've got to burn it up. You've got to walk until you can't walk anymore. You've got to drive until you've driven, and keep miles. This can be used as a write-off when you're using your excuse me, when you're using your car as a form of transportation to do business. That's a tax write-off for you. So you have to do the legwork. You have to get out here. You have to talk to those people that you've been burning the phones up with. You have to send out information. Check back to see if that information has been received, what was said when they received it. Trying to meet and greet new people. If your business requires you getting out and talking to people and setting up stations or stands or whatever it may be, you've got to do it. That's a part of your time that's being spent. You could be setting up a stand or a station and may sit there for 4 hours on a Saturday, whatever your service or good may be, and nobody come and talk to you. You still have to do it. That's a part of it. If you don't do these three things, groundwork, legwork, homework, if you don't do them, your success cannot stand properly. It can't, because you're not doing the things that are required to make it grow and to make it strong. And I'm telling you, being an entrepreneur is demanding because it's all on you, or the both of you, or the group of, or your group. It's on you. You've hired yourself. Now, what are you going to do? There are simple rules that have to be followed. If you don't follow them, you can't possibly expect to be successful. There are no shortcuts to business. You can do legitimate good business without the big income bankroll. You don't have to have it. Work hard. Work hard and push. There are businesses out there that young men are trying to do, but they can't get bonding insurance. Well, I tell you what you do. You take $100 and you put it in an account and you set that account aside and you never bother that account. And you talk with your bank and see if your bank is willing to work this out with you. But if you set that money, if you don't even say anything to the bank, that's a separate account from your regular account. You put $100 in that account a month. At the end of the year, you've got $1,200. Now you've got a $1,200 bonding account. So if there's some issues where you may go, you're a small business now. If there's some issues where you're doing some work or you're providing a service and some type of issue has taken place where you've caused damage, you can handle that yourself. You just tell your client, file a claim with me. I'll go ahead and take care of that. There's no legality that has to come between you two. If you made the acknowledgement to the individual or company that you made the mistake, you've got the funds by your own saving. You can handle that yourself. Over a period of time, you've developed over, let's say, 5 years, that's $6,000. You've got $6,000 in bonding money for anything that may take place. Now, this is a small business level. Of course, if you elevate and you grow, of course, you have to do the norm and things change. But I'm saying on the grassroots level, this is what you have to do. If you listen to all of these naysayers about all of these bells and whistles that you need to go in business, you won't go in business. And maybe that's their objective anyway, to scare you into not going into business. Don't let it work on you. Don't let it work. Once again, the business license, 150 Washington, Suite 200. I think that's the second floor. $30 is what you pay to get your business license. Have your identification, driver's license, or state ID. You go there, fill out the application, one sheet long, per my knowledge, one sheet of paper, $30, and you walk out of there with a business license. Go in business. Get you some business cards and go in business and try to acquire the riches and wealth that you want, not speaking for millions, but the satisfaction of being able to go in business for yourself and create something. If you're working on a job and you're trying to make that dream come true, keep working on your job. I'm not telling you to quit your job and pursue your dreams. No, that's retarded. I'm not saying that to you. I'm saying work on your job, but understand if you want that dream to grow, when you get off work and you unwind and you want your downtime, that's those hours that have to be given sometimes to make that entrepreneurship dream grow. Your personal time. And as it takes the time to grow, that personal time becomes business. And after a while, if it grows good enough, the time that you were spending with business over this other company becomes personal time. Because you've turned your personal into business. And now it flip-flops. It works that way. if you wanted to, if you're willing to work hard enough to do it. Small businesses, you can go into business without all of the rigmarole, without all of the mind-blowing bureaucracy. Don't let anybody tell you that you can't. My young brothers out here, my young sisters out here that have an idea about business, write it down on paper. What are you willing to do to accomplish that goal? Write down your plan on paper. Put it on paper and read it twice a day. Once in the morning when you get up, once in the morning, once at night before you go to bed. And when you say it with meaning and you feel it. This is what entrepreneurs do. This is what I was taught to do. It works. You have to internalize it. It's a mindset. Starts up here with an idea backed up by a plan and a burning desire for its achievement. That's how you acquire success. Continued success is doing those things that got you to be successful in the first place. Having good book work, doing your own book work, at least learning how, keeping up with your own money. Who can keep up with your money or count your money better than you? You count your money, you make the right corrections, and you keep the proper book work. And you make the necessary cuts where you need to be in your own social life. If there are certain things that you have to cut out temporarily to make that dream go, then you do that. Because on the back end of that, if it works, if your hard work pays off, and it will if you work hard from the heart, the time that you dedicated from your personal time, you'll get it back tenfold. Guaranteed you'll get it back tenfold. I'm a person of experience. Pardon me. I'm a person of experience. I'm speaking from experience. The entrepreneur bug, when you feel it bite you, when you feel the independence of going into business for yourself and acquiring a profit from either a service or good you provided, it makes you feel a special way. You want more of it. And you begin to try to learn what is required to do more and get that success. Starts with hard work, ends with hard work. Some of us don't want to work hard. Some of us just want to work. You got to work hard. You got to work hard. Working, I understand all the cliche. Well, I'm gonna work hard and I work smart. Well, okay, but you're working hard. Trust me. And working hard doesn't necessarily mean that it's manual labor, to the fifth power. No, it means that you are in tune mentally to what you have to do. If you've got to pass out flyers, if you've got to do whatever it is, you do it without fail. There's nothing in your mind that comes to fruition that says don't do that. No, you do it. If it makes sense, of course. If you got to get out here and do your leg work and you're out in the streets and you're talking to people, you're passing out cards, you're doing whatever you got to do it. And do it with a smile. As an old saying that I was taught, go the extra mile and do it with a smile. And do it for a while. That means something. Go the extra mile, do it with a smile, and do it for a while. You have extra and extraordinary. Which one are you going to be? That is the person that rises to the top. That is the individual or group of individuals that achieve success and maintain it on a consistent basis. Everybody has ups and downs. Everybody. All businesses do. You level off, you get to a certain point, you level off, you may slip a little bit, you may fall a little slow, and you pop back up again. Hey, everybody goes through those trends in business. But who's to say that they have to be on a downward spiral or a downward trend? Have a quality product or service. Make it affordable and stand behind it. Those things are very important in business, and it applies to any good or service. Have a quality product or service. Make it affordable and stand behind it 100%. You'll be successful. Of course, you're going to have people that go against you or have people that are not satisfied with your good or service. Well, that's the way of the world. We can't please them all. Nobody can please them all. The ones that are interested in you and your product or service, you make sure that they are happy. And trust me, it will take care of itself from that point. Make sure those people that are doing business with you, irregardless of what they're spending, make sure that they are appreciated. They feel appreciated. Don't be afraid to give back to your business without expecting a profit or something from it when you want to give back. Give back and let it be. These simple things in business, small business, will make your business grow. People love honesty. People love being fair, but they love honesty, especially when it comes down to their money. Provide a quality product, make it affordable, and stand behind it. Product or service, excuse me. Find a quality product or service, make it affordable, and stand behind it 150%. Success is on its way to you. I'm telling you. There's no other way to do it. There's no other way to do it. And you'll be successful. There are situations out here where the job situation is not as we want it to be. There are people out looking for jobs right now. You may have a little bankroll set to the side or a little savings set to the side. You may have wanted to go in business for yourself, something small. You need a new revenue stream or another revenue stream to go along with what you already have. Either way you look at it, if you want to go in business, you got to work a little hard to do it. Okay? Doesn't cost a lot. It costs more from you as an individual than it's going to cost money. Trust me. You got to give of self. And if you love what you're doing and it's something that you want to do or want to sell and you love to do it, you love to sell it, it will be easy for you. The money's the easy part, believe it or not. It's dedicating yourself to that schedule I was talking about that you have to create, that you have to work like someone was paying you because you want to be paid. You got to pay you. So you've got to put these hours in. You've got to put these hours in. If you don't put those hours in daily, weekly, your business will not grow. It just won't grow. If there are goods and services that you want to provide and they require certain skills, the schooling is necessary, well, by all means, get the schooling. Go to school, learn what you need to learn. If there's an online course, do whatever you have to do. In this day and age right now, there is no excuse for anybody. The internet is wide open. You can look up and read about anything you want. All you have to do is be willing to do it. We all have a lot of personal time that we don't think that we have, but we do. We find a way to watch what we want to watch on the internet and all the different programs and different things. Curtail some of that energy and put it into your business or some schooling that will help you get further. If you don't want to go into entrepreneurship and you just want some other skill sets, well, learn what you need to learn. Research it. Look on the internet. There may be a course for you there. Do what you have to do. At the end of the day, it's going to be some hard work. It's all about getting up, having the guts, the burning desire to follow your plan. You got to have a plan. Very few people are successful without a plan. And those that are successful without a plan, hey, I don't like those odds. I don't like those odds. So the conventional way, having a plan and backing it up with a burning desire to accomplish those goals that you set in your plan. Nothing makes you fail. The only thing that can make you fail is death. If you're living and breathing and you're having issues accomplishing your goals, those are only setbacks, issues. Deal with them. Learn the mistakes, what mistakes were made from them. Push forward. There is no failure there. It's a mindset. I've been an entrepreneur. I've been in different types of circles of different things. I've been in multi-level marketing, um, direct marketing, straight out sales, door-to-door sales, and all of these things, and working a job as well. All of these things require that burning desire to accomplish and achieve it. The difference with entrepreneurship is it's totally you. Every people that go to work hard. They want to work hard. They earn their living. They want their superiors to recognize that, hey, I'm a great employee. I come here and give 110, 15, 20, 50% every day. That same vibe, you have to do it for yourself, your business. In time, it will grow. It has no choice but to grow. The time has been spent. It's going to grow. And you have to be prepared. As we talked about, we're going to recap. When you go into business, first thing you need, business license. Business license costs you $30. Go down to 150 Washington, Suite 200, second floor, I think, Shelby County Clerk's office, and pay $30 to get your business license. Take your driver's license, and they'll give you a bid. You don't have to show them a business plan. None of that. Take your money. They'll take your money. Not in a negative way, but they'll take your money. You take your driver's license. You'll fill out a form about what your business is. Is it a good or service? And you'll go from there. Take that business license. If you got money that you've already talked with your bank, or you know of a bank where you want to go and open your bank account, open your bank account with a DBA, doing business as. Now you have a bank account for your business. Get home, order you some business cards from the companies that are on the website that you all know of, or get you some locally, or if you've got printing systems, printing capability at your home, make you some perforated cards. Go to Walmart or one of those stores and get you some perforated edges business cards, and create your own business cards. If you've got a program on your website, on your computer, if you can do that, Windows, Office, or whatever, it's simple. The hardest thing about business is getting up and doing it yourself. And if you can master that, the rest of it is pretty much simple. Second thing, you have to make that schedule of things that you're going to do. If you need to take a lunch break, put the time down for your lunch break. Oh, I go to lunch at 1. Take that hour out and get you some relaxation, whatever it may be. Come back to work for yourself at 2 o'clock or whatever hour you come back. And you continue working for yourself until it's time for you to get off work. And when you get off work, let it be. You've done your part for the day. Whether you've just gotten off work a few hours earlier from your bread and butter job, you still got to put this time in if you want to be successful. Stop calling it a thing, doing this little hustle. How you view it, how you present it to someone is how they treat it. You present it as a little thing, they'll treat it as a little thing. You present it as a side hustle, they'll treat it like a side hustle. They won't respect it because you don't. Talk in a way that shows your business as something that you're proud of. You're proud to be a part of it. You're working hard for the success of it. That can be shown through your words. Remember that. Don't speak of your business as a thing or something you doing or something you working on. No, I've gone into business for myself. I'm self-employed. No, man, I got this little side thing. You know what I'm saying? I'm selling candy apples on the side. No, I have a candy apple business. Some people think that's funny. Some people think that having that mindset on something such as candy apples is funny. But trust you me, that's the mentality you're supposed to have about candy apples if you're selling them. You want to sell them? Sell them like that. Have faith in what you're doing. If you don't have faith in what you're doing, it shows. It shows. So, the tripod of success: homework, groundwork, legwork, homework. Do that research. Get that information you need, man. Compress it. Make a database of information that you can always go back to regarding this particular product or service you're providing. The groundwork, you know, do all of the get the necessary things that you need, whether it's some form of education, whether it's some form of certification, or nothing more than just basically going online and taking some type of course, whatever is needed to develop the foundation. You're getting your license and all of that stuff. You do that. That's your groundwork. Lay the foundation for a business for yourself. The third leg on that tripod is the leg work. Be willing to get out there and bust your butt for its recognition, for its appreciation, for people would appreciate it and recognize it the way you present it to them or present it, period. If you don't have faith in it, why should anybody else? If you don't value it, why should anybody else? Simple thing. These things are necessary to be successful in business, to maintain a level of consistent success. Remember, all of us go through ebbs and flows, even in life. Business the same way. There are going to be some years where you don't do as well, some months where you don't do as well. That's what good book work and good positive bank business, having the proper account, having the right account set to the side so that you can pay your bills and do whatever you need to do with that account. Having good book work, good paperwork takes care of those bad months. Being able to sacrifice and know what you need, because all of this, you're making a sacrifice from your personal life. You're going to still, for a lot of us, still have to work until this dream comes true. So you still have to work. You have a certain amount of time dedicated there. The rest of that is your time. It's personal time that you're taking to make your business grow. And how much personal time you put in it determines the height of that business. I tell you, pardon. I love talking about entrepreneurship because I feel that all of us have that opportunity to go in business. As I say, everybody, it's not for everybody, but all of us have the opportunity to do so. And especially today, the way things are now, it's just wide open for you to do what you feel you want to do. Doesn't require a lot of money. It requires a lot of heart and a lot of mind, mental toughness. That's what it requires. Some heart and mental toughness. The money, you know, you'll need a little bit, but it's more so up here and here to go in business. That's what you have to do. That's what you have to give. You can't allow the negativity around you, people, circumstances, or whatever, to sway you away from what your objective is. Let's go over this once again. It starts with an idea. Having a mindset and you have an idea. That idea is backed up by a plan that is written down on paper in detail. Written down on paper in detail and followed to the letter and backed up by a burning desire to accomplish the plan. You have to have a never say die attitude, killer instinct, go get 'em, tough mindset, and you can be successful in your own business. Doesn't cost a lot of money. Costs a lot of mental toughness and heart. My name is Mr. Darnay. This is M-Town Tonight, www.mtowntonight.com. Feel free to check in with us this coming Thursday night, where I plan to upload for you the well waited on, the interview for me, a personal interview because I've known this gentleman for some years, and here's my opportunity to really get involved with him and talk to him on a real personal note and share that information and his mindset and views with about some important things with you. So I look forward to this coming show Thursday. We've got some new promo things coming up. Um, this coming Thursday, we'll talk about the email of the week. Normally, I do that on Tuesday nights, but as I said, we had a previous situation where we're going to possibly air the Judge Joe Brown piece. So we changed things up a little bit tonight. We'll go over the email of the week this coming Thursday. We'll be having prizes and different things that we'll be giving away to chosen choice email people that write in, email, Gmail, whatever. So stick with us. Hang in there with us. We've got some other important information coming up. This coming Thursday's topic will be regarding legalities, understanding the law. What's your purpose in this country with regards to knowledge of the law and things pertaining to? So look at it this way. We're going to talk about law this up and coming Thursday and how it affects us and our lack of it, what that does for us as well. This is your boy, Mr. Darnay, saying thank you for tuning in to me. I appreciate you. I appreciate your time. And I say to you, as always, I don't sit here as if I'm better than you. I sit here as I am you. I've been through some things in life. I've experienced some things. I've had the opportunity to be around certain people and circumstances that have been beneficial to me. It is my duty to share these things with those that it may be beneficial to. All we want to do at M-Town tonight is help an individual and also help an individual help himself or herself. Thank you for tuning in once again. We'll see you next time. Take care.